The roll of film that I'm loading into my camera, unfortunately, will turn out blank. It's my first roll of blank film, and it was also my first roll of black and white film. And although it was admittedly a bit devastating, I still have some wonderful photos to share, so without further ado, here is the annual Halloween Photoshoot.
Go back to what you were telling me.
So at the beginning of the story, she kind of starts out as this like innocent schoolgirl who like everybody knows she's really beautiful. That's kind of what she's known for, is just being beautiful. And she's in a covert relationship with her teacher. And she keeps talking to her teacher in these kind of antagonistic ways where she's like, oh, you know, like one day we'll be married and we'll have children. And he's like clearly not enjoying this. Her and her class goes out to this like cliff. Her classmates throw her off that cliff. Either that or she falls. I don't quite remember. And her entire class covers up her death. And each of them takes a piece of her and puts it somewhere to hide, like from the police, so that if anybody goes looking for her, everybody else had a piece. They don't know where she is completely. And then those pieces are kind of missing, and she comes back to school like as a whole person, and they're like, oh my God, what happened?
For this photo shoot, unfortunately, a couple things went wrong, starting with my light meter. I'm still getting used to using my light meter, and my mistake for not reading the manual, so I was using it improperly. My ISO setting was incorrect, which led to the blank roll. Thankfully, I always shoot digital when I'm working with film because I've always feared that this would happen. So please enjoy the digital photos that I was able to take. Some of them are in color and some of them are in black and white, as you'll see. For the black and white photos, I took a lot of inspiration from the Cinestill tones, as that was my original intention. Tweaked it from there. I really wanted them to feel kind of like Twilight Zone, the classic episodes, kind of that old Hollywood flair to it, while also executing the creepy contrast shadows. And while it wasn't my original vision, I'm quite proud with what I was able to make out of this blunder.
Like, what happened to you? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She has this quality about her that creates this desire, this like obsession with people outside of her. Like they become obsessed with her, and it's seemingly because of her beauty, but then they start to like hate her, and they start to feel this like, oh my God, I have to kill her. And so this happens, it's like a cyclical thing. And she just keeps coming back because she's just this like, that one piece will become a different Tomie.
Spirit of the original story of Tomie, we decided to include the second look of her true self. Sydney has this really cool prosthetic mask that she made herself for the character, and I've always wanted to do a proper shoot for her in this look. It's something that is so spooky and striking, and while I myself am not super familiar with the character, I just love being able to play with something a little outside of my style wheelhouse, something that's a little more spooky, something a little more involving practical effects, and I just absolutely love how everything turned out. The special edition of Sydney's Milky lenses just really pull everything together, and I'm in love with this set of photos. I'd love to know if you prefer the color version or the black and white.
But like it's also just kind of like open, because like each story is a little different. Each iteration of her is a little different. Like in this chapter, there's so many of her, and they're all just in this lake, and all of them are just kind of part of this big brain, I guess. She goes to like a art gallery and she critiques his art, and he's like, well, let me paint you, please. I want to paint you. Like, you're so beautiful. I want to paint you. And she's like, I'd only let you paint me if you were good at your job. Like, you suck. You're a terrible artist. Come back whenever you're not a stupid amateur. And so he becomes obsessive and he tries to paint her visage. And whenever he finally does, he paints her in her true form. Like, he does a really good job and paints her like with her regular face, but then her like alter ego face coming out of her. And she's disgusted. She's like, this isn't accurate at all. What do you mean? There was one where like this girl, she wanted longer hair. So she took some of Tomie's hair and she put it on her head. And then all of a sudden she's got a face full of hair because she had Tomie's hair and it multiplied. Like, it's just a bunch of wild stuff. He just plays around with it. She's always looking at the person who is reading it, I feel. Like, we don't have a whole lot of shots where she is facing somebody else. Usually you are looking at her. The reader is looking at her.
And if they don't turn out, they don't turn out. But we're only going to do like 2.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful. I want to see if they'll be that beautiful on here.
You can do a little comparison reel to this is what it looks like on digital versus film, and then it's blank.
Yeah.
That would be
cookie crumble.
that could be a good way to advertise your video if it's like another one of those. It was a complete failure, you guys. Let me show you how.
Little did she know she would be absolutely right. I feel like I need to explain a little bit for this final look of ours. Sydney has had this JSK for a long time. It is a collaboration with the author of Tomie and a J Fashion brand. And she's never worn it to my knowledge and has never taken photos in it to my knowledge. I could be wrong. They could be on her Instagram. But I love this dress. I think it's so interesting and I love alternative fashion, even though I don't wear it myself anymore. But I really just wanted to celebrate the side of Sydney and her interests and the combination of the two. So this look is kind of inspired by Tomie, which is why she's still in the Tomie beauty makeup. I just really wanted to take some angelic, gothic EGL photos. Quite a shame that the film photos that I took didn't turn out because the session is so strikingly beautiful in very haunting and angelic ways. I'm still admittedly a little heartbroken that what I saw in the viewfinder will never come to fruition, but there's always next time. And while this look may not come up again, I have another roll of Cinestill black and white that I'm ready to use. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable with my gear. I feel like I'm better prepared for next time. So until then, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you maybe found a new horror character to fall in love with. Thank you so much to Sydney for sharing your interests with me and allowing me to celebrate them with you and photographing them and just always being up for an adventure. I wish you all a fun and safe Halloween wherever you may be and that you have a super lovely rest of your day. If you are new and you would like to see more of my face, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, especially if you enjoyed this type of video. Lets me know to make more like it. And until next time, bye.